You can't bowl a 300 in another man's lane. And what does that mean? I'm about to bring that back full circle, so just hang tight. Just remember, you can't bowl a 300 in another man's lane. So about 20, 25 years ago, a little more than that, I was down in San Diego hanging out with a friend and ran across a guy with a nice tailored suit, fancy watch, and he was driving a McLaren, which for most of y'all who don't know, it's a supercar. You can Google it. It's a really, really nice car. I think upwards of like $350,000 for those things. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, what do I need to do to get what you have? Like, I like the car, I like the suit, I like the whole vibe. And he looked at me, he's like, you gotta make your own lane. I was like, what? He says, you can't do what I do because I love what I do and I'm really good at what I do. He says, if you were to try to mimic what I'm doing or take what I have, you would only get a percentage of what I have. Because this was made for me. I made my own lane. He says, what you need to do is you need to figure out what it is you love, create your own lane, and then all of those things that you see me wearing or in will come to you. But you gotta figure out what it is you love, make your own lane for it, and then stay in that lane. But don't ever try and get in someone else's lane, because you basically are only going to get a fraction of what they get if you get anything at all, and you won't be able to maintain it because you didn't earn it for yourself. Now, why am I talking about this? Because I've been thinking about this for a while, and for a long time, since I've become successful, a lot of folks that I mentor, or people that just see me out with certain things or with certain people, ask me what I do. Like, well, I'd like to do that. And it's not that they really want to do what I do. They don't really want to be in tech. They don't want to study and work hard the way I did for a long time. They don't want to work their way up through the tech chain, right? I didn't start being an executive of tech companies or the new job I'm gonna tell you about later. But I started at the bottom, right? But I started there because that was my lane. I found something I loved to do and stayed in my lane until I got to where I am. But nowadays, what I've seen is a lot of folks will try and take the shortcuts and they'll try and jump in another person's lane. And that's whether it be in business, be in relationships, just all kinds of things. Like, folks will see what you do and then try and just piggyback on whatever career you have, but they don't love the career, so they don't get the same results you get. Folks will see you in a relationship with somebody, and instead of them admiring what you have with someone and going out and trying to find someone that they can start the relationship with, they simply just try to take what you have, which never works out well, because in all honesty, it's just disingenuous, right? It wasn't organic. The same thing with your career. You cannot take from other people in your career and in your personal life and think that shit is going to continue to go good for you. It may temporarily look like it's going to go good, but it won't last because it's not organic. You didn't build it, right? One of my favorite authors, Niccolo Machiavelli, has a phrase or saying in his book is, a king that inherits a kingdom loses it. A king that earns his kingdom maintains it, because you know what it took to get it, so you know what it takes to keep it. But when you take things from people, you don't understand what it takes to maintain it. And so you can't maintain it long term. And that goes for your career and your relationships. Yet again, I said I was gonna bring this back full circle, right? You can't bowl a 300 in another motherfucker's lane. Go get your own lane. Go figure out what it is you want and go get it on your own, and quit taking stuff from other people. Quit thinking you can just jump into someone else's lane and get the same success as them. That's their lane. It's theirs organically. They created it. It's theirs. It'll always be theirs. And nothing you do is going to make it yours. So stop wasting your time in someone else's lane and go create your own.